Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Netta, aka Netta Ave Maria. Oh my gosh, where have I been? Let me guys tell you, the last 2 months have been so busy. Okay, so first, my youngest son Tristan, he graduated from 8th grade, so I took some time off to celebrate his 8th grade graduation. And just on top of that, to celebrate the kids in general, they all did really, really well in school, right? Then after we celebrated the kids' school and Tristan's 8th grade graduation, I cannot believe I am saying I have two high schoolers. It's just so crazy to me, but I do. So then there was that. Then I moved, and oh my gosh, I hate moving. It's like one of those things that are really, really exciting, but at the same time, just so tiring that it exhausts you completely. And we moved ourselves. I didn't hire a moving company. It's literally right up the street from the old place. But yeah, so then I moved, and then after I moved, then yesterday I was in Chicago because I flew the kids up to my parents. My parents keep the kids for me for that month that they have out of school for the summer, because they do go to a all year round school. So I flew them up to Chicago. So we got up at, no, I got up at 5 a.m. I let the kids sleep in till 7 because our flight was leaving at 1. So I got up at 5 a.m. I let the kids sleep till 7, getting ready, packing, just making sure we had any last minute tidbits. And then driving to the airport, and then parking, like all the jazz, like going to the terminals, getting check-in, checking our bag, and then getting on the flight, landing in Chicago, seeing my family for a little bit, which was wonderful for me because I don't get to see them that often with me living in Colorado, and they, bulk of the family being in Illinois. But it was really nice for those few hours to see them, and then turned around, and my return flight left at 9:44, so I had to be back. I got back to the airport by 7:30, Chicago O'Hare by 7:30, and then I was back here in Colorado by 12 a.m. And then I got home and got in bed. I was officially in bed, like washing my face, did my nighttime skincare routine, which I'm not going to neglect. And then in bed by 1:30 a.m. So it's just been a busy month for me. But I'm so glad to be back. And as you can see, the background is a lot different because new place. So, all right, and I still have stuff in boxes, so I haven't even finished unpacking and everything yet. But a lot of stuff has been up with me, so let me stop. That's the catch up, okay? So now let's go ahead and talk about the video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different ways that you can contour your face. I felt like this was a very important video to do because contouring is one of those makeup basics that can be really hard to get initially, and it can take a lot of practice if you're a beginner. So I just wanted to show you guys 3 ways and 3 different techniques that you can use to contour your face. And of course, it depends on the finished look that you're going for. So let's go ahead and jump in the video. But before we do, I'm going to need you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. And then for my returning subscribers, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you guys with me here on this Sunday. So I forgot to wet my sponge. So just give me a second. I'm going to wet my sponge and then I'll be right back. All right, so I got my sponge. If you guys are wondering what sponge I'm using, this is one of the Beauty Bakery blending eggs. I don't really use the regular beauty blenders anymore, only because these are so affordable. You get 3, how many of these do you get? Give me a second here. So this is the packaging for those Beauty Bakery blending eggs, and you get 6 in a pack. And they're so much more affordable versus the beauty blenders. And then I love the material. I just love these things. So this is what I'm going to use. And then for the contour, I'm going to be using the Contour Cream Kit. And this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade medium. And then the shades I'm going to use is chocolate. I don't use ash brown really because I feel like it's a little bit too dark for my complexion. Now, if I want a really, really strong contour, perhaps during those time of the months where I'm on my cycle, and so I swell up like a balloon, especially in the face. My face tends to get really chunky or round. I'll say my face tends to get really round during that time of the month, and so I will probably go use ash brown during that time for contour. But during normal times when my weight is at its normal weight, I'll use chocolate because I don't really need to contour a lot anyway. So the first way to contour is underneath your foundation, and that's the way I prefer to contour my face because it gives you a natural shade or definition to the face. And what I do is I just use my fingers and dot the contour on like that. And you can do the fishy face to find that line for your jawline, and you can dot along that line, so like that. And then of course you want to go up here, and you just want to make sure that you blend into the hairline. So I'll go like that. Contour my head, my forehead. And then I'll just go down the bridge of my nose because I like to snatch my nose. And I do normally do this with my finger, and then just along the jawline. So I have this natural line like this. So I'll just go along that as well. So pretty much what contouring is just about knowing the lines and the shapes of your face. And then I like to right here, here, and then my chin, and my chin area like that. And then what I do is I take my sponge on the long side and just blend that going backwards. And as you can see, it's already starting to shape and lift my face. And then just blend that up into my hairline. And it's gonna blend, blend, blend. So as you can see, now that I've got that blended out, my face looks a little bit more sculpted and lifted. And now I can go ahead and apply my foundation. Okay, so that's one way you can do your foundation, do your contour. You do it first and then you apply foundation. All right, so the next way you can contour is that Instagram look. I like to call it the dot method because that's literally what you see. It's like dots everywhere, and I like that look when I'm in a hurry, and I like that look when I'm trying to conserve and save products. So once again, coming back to that Anastasia cream contour palette, what you do is you apply in dots your contour and your foundation and any brightening that you're gonna do. So I'm just gonna dot everywhere. Okay, and so then once you have your contour on there, then what you do is you go to your and you know what, coming back to this palette, if you're going to brighten, then you can take a brightening shade. Like I use this shade here. This is banana, and then you can brighten. So let's say, for example, if I wanted to just brighten, I would dot that under my eyes. Okay, then you would come to your foundation, And for foundation, I'm just going to use my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm in the shade Chestnut. And I'm going to take a pump of that. And then you dot your foundation on in between those areas. Okay? It is so quick. This is the best way to save product if you don't want to use a whole lot of product or do a lot of different layers of your foundation. Then this is how you do it. Or just products in general. So literally in dots. Okay? And it's fast too, because you'll see I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to switch it from side to blend this all in one swoop. So watch this. Contour side. Look at that. Blend it back into the hairline. So now that's contour. Done. Then I'm going to switch to this side. I done got some of it on my hair. That's okay. I'm going to switch over to this side, like right here, and then blend under the eye. See that? So I got my brightening going on for underneath the eye. Boom. Look at that. That's nuts, right? Contour, foundation, brightening, all in one. Then I'm going to flip it on the butt and blend out everything else. And just blend it all over to make it look seamless and effortless. Flawless. And I'm kind of pressing it pretty tough to make sure that it's blending out well. If I'm in a rush in the morning and I do want to contour, guys, this is how I do it. I just dot method. It really is the fastest way to do it. I just got my little mirror here that I'm looking in. Blend the neck a little bit. Ears a little bit. Done. From here, I can go ahead and conceal. I can go ahead and lay down my setting powders, do my eyes, set my face, some blush, lipstick, and out the door. So that is the second way you can contour. That's the dot method, and it's the fastest method, and it saves the most product. I really do love this way. All right. Okay, and so then the third way you can contour is on top of your foundation. After you've got your foundation done, and you've laid down your base, then you can go ahead and contour. So you can do your foundation, then, put your contour on, blend it out, and then do the rest of your face. What I like to do is, I very rarely do it that way because I like to do it underneath my face, and I just feel like, I don't know, I just don't care to do it over my foundation. But that's definitely a way that you can do it. So we've got the base down, and the same thing, you just come here. So just like that. You want to put down your contour. And guys, just as a tip, you don't want to bring your contour all the way this way, okay? That's not something you want to do. For your contour, you just want to get right up in here. It's just, and then you want to bring it back. That's how you do it. And then just a little on the forehead. I know you guys probably can't see it, but it's there. Okay. So this is after we've got the base down. Right? I like to do my chin. My jawline. All right. And then it's the same technique you did when you were doing it under your foundation. Now you're just doing it on top of your foundation. Now I will say that if you are new to contouring and a beginner in makeup, I would save this technique for when you've become a little bit more experienced and a little bit more skilled. I would say when you're just starting and you're just learning to do it underneath the foundation. That way you can practice, and then if you mess it up or you do too much or it's not blending as well as you like to do it, then you don't have to wash your face of your foundation and everything and start all over. You can just go on top of it with the foundation. So that is my suggestion. If you are a beginner, do your contour underneath your foundation first. It's so much easier to just wipe it off and start over. And then you just blend it in. And you blend in a backwards motion. And then up into the hairline. And voila, there you go. You are sculpted, honey. Okay, so using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, it's great for, I feel, when you're using liquid foundations. But however, if you're using powder foundations, which to be honest, you guys, during the summer, I like to use powder foundations. I might use a liquid foundation, but then they're definitely going to be super matte, like my Lancome Tint Idole or the Fenty Beauty foundation that I have. So if you're going to be using a powder foundation, you definitely want to do your cream contour underneath. You definitely want to do your cream contour first. However, if you're going to be using powders, then what I like to use is just a dark setting powder. So I have this Makeup Forever super matte loose powder, and this one is in the shade Deep, and this is how it looks. So as you can see, it's pretty deep for my skin tone. So I just use that as a contour powder. There are contour kits for powders that you can use. I know Dior has a Backstage one that's pretty good. And so I just take an angled brush like this, and I'll pick up some of that powder. And then what I do is, after I've laid down my base for my powdered foundation, then I just go ahead and contour with the powder, and you just do it like that. So same way. And then you just buff it in. And then you just blend that up into your forehead area and your hairline. Right, and then you just go all the way around. And then of course, so just like you would with a normal cream powder, you just do it the same way. Snatch the nose. And for me, my chin. And that's it. There you go. So that is 3 ways to contour. I feel like that one was kind of like a 4th step. I like to do that. You guys probably see me do that a lot in my videos because if I'm going to contour, oh my God, my voice cracked. My voice cracked so hard. But anyway, if you're going to contour, I don't feel that every look requires a contour, but I do like to contour every now and then. It really does depend on what you're going for. What I like to do is I like to use my cream contour first, then my foundation, and then you'll see me follow up with this as a powder on top, and it really creates this a natural contour and a natural sculpting and lifting to the face. So I'm gonna go finish up my makeup off camera and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here is the finished look. For setting spray, I did use this Milani Make It Last matte 16-hour wear finishing spray. Guys, this stuff is so great. I have been loving it. It is so good for summer days for those of you with oily skin like I have. My skin gets so oily. Guys, my skin has not been budging. I used this. I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday, so I sprayed my makeup down with this. And then by the time I got in last night, or should I say this morning, my makeup was still flawless. So if you guys have been wanting to know if you should try this or not, I say definitely give it a try because I love it. It's great. And then for on my lips, I am wearing those new Sephora Lip Stories lipsticks. And this one is in the shade... This one is Take a Bite. Yes, this one is in the shade Take a Bite. I love this color. It's really pretty spring, summer, coral type shade. So I really do love that. It reminds me of the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks as far as finish goes. It's really, you know, it goes on and it hydrates like a balm, but then it does last all day. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm so sorry I've been away for so long, but I've had a lot going on in my life lately, but I'm back by popular demand. All right, well, anywho, I will see you next time, lovelies. Make sure you come back. I have a wonderful announcement I like to share with you guys. I can't share it yet, but just make sure you come back for the next video. Make sure you turn on those bell notifications so you can get the emails every time I upload a video and you can stay in the know, baby. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.